Hello, I'm Robbie Fowler and you're watching Redmen TV.
Because we need to. we can't continue to dwell on this. Right, the big news, the big breaking news of the day was that Michael Owen announced his plans to announced his plans to retire from professional football, which surprised the world who thought he'd done that 3 years ago. But I mean, look, Chris, look, the media have been going fucking apeshit over it all day. Going back 15 years, I mean, would you have thought when he was bursting past Newcastle defenders and Argentines left, right and centre, would you have thought 15 years on how little of a shit we'd give about Michael Owen retiring from football?
I always had an inkling, and it was more to do with his England heroics than anything else, because he always cared more for England, didn't he? And he always wanted to be fit for England. But genuinely speaking, I probably did think he was going to be a Liverpool player for good, until he went to Real and that.
Yeah, I mean, Gareth, I mean, for me personally, he was billed as like the Liverpool hero, wasn't he, and all that, but I never ever had the same level of affection for him as I had for like Robbie Fowler.
Not exactly. When he's not Scouse, he's boring. He's never really done anything controversial. He's like fucking cardboard cut out, isn't he? But at the same time, he was fucking boss. Yeah. I was saying this today, look, everyone's like taking the piss and throwing the same jokes on and all the rest of it. And I said, look, when he burst on the scene, 17, and he's banging in hat-tricks away at Sheffield Wednesday, because I was at that game, remember that well, and I remember fucking Andy Inchcliffe running up to where we all were and going, fuck off, you know what I mean? Because they were 3-1 up. And so it was boss when fucking little Owen, Burns past them all. Nearly scored the winner as well, only a good pressman save. And then we had, FA Cup 2001 as well. We had great times thanks to Owen's goals, and almost feel sorry for him in a way that he didn't have that connection with the cop. But then he went to Man United, so fuck him.
Yeah. Well, it's funny, isn't it, Nick? That, Sky Sports News today have been real. Every Liverpool ex-pro they could get their hands on. You know what I mean?
And there's loads of them.
But there is. Fair cup, surprisingly. You know what I mean? But everyone, they're all giving the same sort of opinion. It goes back to what Gareth said there. The Man United thing, you can excuse him leaving to a certain extent to Real Madrid, but the Man United thing, even they're going to. I think that was a bit of a step too far. But is it funny how they're kissing his ass? They're going on about Michael Owen. Is it because he's gonna default to being Michael Owen, national treasure sort of thing?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Rather than, because there's no way that depth of feeling doesn't exist.
I think the thing, taking on, agree with a lot of what Gareth said about him, but I also think you don't necessarily have to like a footballer, who plays for your team. It's nice if you do, but you don't have to like them. And I think it's like what T.H. Lawrence said, trust the tale, not the teller. And it's what he did, and he gave me, one of the greatest days in my football life.
Say that's the highest brow moment of the show of all time. Do continue.
In that, when we're talking about farts, when we were getting battered by Arsenal in the Millennium, and I was sat with loads of Arsenal fans. And it was in this bloody celebrity section, not that I'm a celebrity, but Ainsley Harriott and all these people around me, all would made up, and they were just waiting for the floodgates. So his first goal goes in, obviously the floodgates, would open and we would get done 4-0 or something like that.
And we had Stefan Oncho and goal.
And we had the Oncho arm comes out. And then, and of course, Thierry Henry was complaining about that, how ironic. And then, Michael Owen, in 5 minutes scores 2 goals, and you're dancing up and down, and what a great day that was in that stadium. You look at that stadium and you think, this only cost 200 million to build. Liverpool should have this, and there we are. 12 years. 12 years. Not a bit of foundation, but Michael Owen, for all he was good. He was good for us. He wasn't great, but he was good.
The amount of goals he scored, and because he was a goal scorer, that we should be a hero. And as it is, because of his career choices, because of how he was with England as well, And I think he's ended his career now, and no set of fans loves him.
Yeah, I know,
You know what I mean?
it's fucking bonkers. I mean, that's the thing, Chris, it'll probably just be England fans who can look back. I mean, I remember going back to that goal in '98. I felt I had a real feeling of pride when he scored that goal against Argentina, because I felt vindicated. I think I've said this on the show before. I said, me and my dad watching it, I mean, going back, we were like 15 at the time, and it was great because we watched them all season. We watched them, and he went, and he was. And Glenn Hoddle had talked about him not being a natural finisher and all this, and we just wanted him to get on there and show the world what he'd shown us all season, and he fucking did. I remember dancing around the living room, it was amazing. But ultimately, he's far more remembered for being that thing for England than he'll ever be for what he did.
His goal scoring record for England, what was it, like 40 goals in 89 appearances or something? That's fucking outstanding as well.
Yeah.
And that's why he'll be remembered like that. And, you know, the Argentina goal as well was Romania's debut. Did he score against them? And we lost 2-1 or something like that. That whole competition was brilliant. He scored like 3 or 4 goals, didn't he?
The interesting thing about, you know, you talk about he's like a displaced person, isn't he? You know, in terms of football, it's, you know, because they all, ex-footballers obviously all wish they could still play the game, don't they? And they have the sense of community amongst each other, and they all do the masters stuff and all that. Where will he go? You know, because he's not Liverpool, is he?
The BBC.
You know, will he be a United ex-pro like that?
Well, that's a good question.
You know, because
is he going to be the next Paul Walsh as far as
you get players who've had several clubs, but a lot of them might have played for Liverpool for a season and a half, but they play.
And
for
even
us.
the pundits, you think he's shit.
He's awful.
So.
And he's probably had loads of media training, hasn't he, as well?
Yeah.
And that's what they produce.
Yeah, and it's complete.
That's the best. It's like he's done course after course after course. At the end of it, he's just gone, I'm sorry, that's the best we can do.
All they've done in that training as well is stuck their hand right up his arse and gone, there's the personality. You know what I mean?
Here we go, there it is.
Just stick a fucking cardboard cutout in the studio.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. Noel Gallagher described Alan Shearer as a CID cop and Michael Owen as a CID cop in training. That's it. But then again, if Shearer can carve a career in punditry, it's brilliant to see, isn't
Well,
it?
but then who's watching the BBC anymore?
No, it's true. Well, you could be watching this, you know. It's funny for me. I mean, we'll have to wrap up on this, but the stark contrast for Liverpool fans, particularly, you know, Jamie Carragher's announced his retirement within a couple of months, and how we're already talking about legend, and everyone's sad, and we're all like, football's going to be the British game's going to be worse for not having Jamie Carragher in it, which is, you know, more his personality and the old school type of player is. Whereas Michael Owen's been such a non-entity for so long that no one's going to give. No, it's like you say, he's already fucking retired. He's half retired anyway, isn't he? You know what I mean? No one's going to give a shit.
That's the interesting juxtaposition between the two, isn't it? That I think Jamie Carragher is actually a good pundit.
Yeah.
And he's got an opinion, he's got something to say. He's got a personality. He's not afraid of saying it. Like, you know,
he's a genuine student of the game as well.
The same way Roy Keane is. He doesn't give a shit.
Fast and finish.
He doesn't, you know. And also, I think with Jamie, best of worst, he made the absolute best of his ability as a player.
Yeah.
I don't think Michael Owen did.
Tell you what, on the pundits things as well, or just generally TV, don't know if you can like splice it into this or something, but get onto it if you've never seen it. Owen selling helicopters in Dubai. There's a video of him flying a black helicopter, and he's like going, "These are great helicopters," you know what I mean? And it's the worst.
In fact, the best thing I saw today that came out was him from like his soccer skills show when he's with a 13-year-old goalkeeper. And you haven't watched it, watch it. It's like 2.5 minutes long and it's shit. It's worth it for the last line, and it's Neville Southall, and he's teaching this lad how to face. Michael Owen's taking shots against him, and then he goes like, yeah, woohoo, and he goes, yeah, thank God he's 13.
I remember that.
Absolutely brilliant, priceless. Check
It should be watched. In fact, you should splice. You should do about 10 of them and just sit there for an hour watching it.
It's absolutely. If we can, we might turn this little section into a playlist or something, so you can come back to it. It's a stretch for the Redmen, but we might be able to do it. Right, no, just quickly then, what's your favourite Michael Owen memory, Chris?
It's got to be Millennium Stadium, hasn't it? Second goal.
Yeah, Gareth.
Well, he's had that, so I'll have that Sheffield Wednesday game because that was boss. Because I was at uni in Sheffield at the time, knew some Sheffield Wednesday fans, so it was fucking great.
All the sweeter. Yeah.
It's the second goal.
Yeah, I must admit, I mean, I was there for that one, and just that, everything about the goal from the pass to the finish, to the best celebration. The most exciting thing Michael Owen's ever done was the monkey flip celebration to finish it. You know what I mean? It was the only time he's ever been spontaneous in his life.
Yeah,
because he landed it, and his face, and that was the one moment that still makes me a little bit sad that he would ever got to finish his career. Was that when he lands and he sees like all these Liverpool fans go fucking ape shit, and he's just pulled off this fucking maddest tits celebration for him, and he scored the winning goal, and he's like, and yeah, there we go.
Yeah, but like a proper monkey, he didn't sniff his balls, you know.
So yeah, Michael Owen going to retire at the end of the season. Let's just take a quick moment to reflect on the career of Michael Owen. There you go. So yeah, before we wrap up, just a quick reminder that AFC Liverpool are playing Everton in the Liverpool Senior Cup quarter-finals at Valley Park on Monday the 25th of March. 8:45 kick-off. Admission is £5 for adults, £3 for seniors, and it's £2 for under 18. So get down there and support basically the People's Liverpool Football Club against the No People's Club of Everton. Apparently they're managed by Duncan Ferguson, so go down and they'll abuse him. That should be a good laugh. Like hopefully
from a distance.
Yeah. From the stands.
Don't burglars out.
Whatever you do, make sure there's at least 10 of you.
Yeah, so do go down and check it out. Bring the good game to bring kids down as well. If you're being priced out to go into Anfield, then perfect club to follow at the minute. AFC Liverpool. Hopefully I'll be down there. If you're down there, come and say hello. Anyway, yes, thanks very much. That's the end of part 1. And part 2, we're going to be answering some more of your questions on another Ask the Redmen section. We're going to be looking at pictures of the week, and we're going to have another one of those wonderful quick fire rounds.
I'm not going to embarrass myself as much.
Chris promises not to embarrass himself this week. Definitely worth checking out. We'll see you there. Ta-ra.